Welcome to AP Workshops. Welcome to another one of our, I don't even know what you'd call this kind of thing. It's just, welcome to AP what?
An adventure.
An adventure, that'll do, an adventure. So we are here with our friends at Midland Scooter Centre. We have come to see the new Tuono 660. Okay.
You're enthusiastic.
So we are off, but never mind, eh?
I'm so excited.
So welcome to AP Workshops and welcome to the walk round of the Tuono 660. Unfortunately, due to restrictions, we're not allowed to ride the bike at this particular point in time. But what we can do is give you a bit of a preview.
Let me see what you have.
So this is the first one that's come to our friends at Midland Scooter Centre. They've kindly pushed it outside for us to try and sort of keep everything sort of as friendly and as spaced as we could. And they've given us a bit of a walk around it. So what we're going to do is just basically, I'm going to point at things for you. Rather than go for a ride on it. We'll obviously get a road test later on and sort of give you some of the pointers to find out what the differences are between this and the 660 that we've got at the workshop. So what we found out in the meantime...
Oh my god! Wow!
Is that we've got, starting at the front, we've got some slightly different forks from the RS660. Now the head angle has been changed, so if you have a look, the actual steering geometry has been changed. So we have got a different frame. Now before, the RSV and the Tuono were one bike and they had the same kind of geometry on them, same kind of frames. You could fit them between, but obviously this has started to change. Now because also this has got the bars, the higher bars, all of the fairings have changed around the front as well. So all of this area is slightly different. Very, very sort of, it's a new concept. So sort of sitting over the top of it feels quite weird as it goes.
Oh, so pretty.
But brilliant. Now this bike is slightly cheaper, I believe. So the RS660 is 10,149 retail, and I believe this is 9,500. So this is slightly cheaper, but this has slightly less features on it. This doesn't have the steering, the lights the banking steering lights kind of thing that goes on there. I don't quite know what they call it. And it sort of doesn't have the cornering ABS, so the electronics are slightly cheaper. If you have a look around the other side, the quick shifter isn't there, but it is available as an optional extra.
Shut up and take my money!
As well, okay. The footrests are slightly lower, I believe, so we've got basically a little bit more space here. So the footrests are slightly different to the RS660 as well. What were we talking about? Slightly less power in the engine, I believe, as well. We were talking about 95 brake horsepower instead of 100 brake horsepower, which means the engine's been slightly detuned, slightly different maps.
Speed.
That kind of style. The seat height, from what we can gather, is slightly smaller, which is going to help people that have got a slightly shorter instep. Just going back to that, I believe, sorry. Slightly detuned means that we're going to be better off for the A2 license. I'm not 100% familiar with how that works, but I'm sure you guys, if you know more about it than I do, comment down below and let us know what's going on with it, because I don't have a clue, unfortunately. I passed my test years ago, and cue.
It's been 84 years.
Thank you very much, because we know exactly what was going to happen then. So these are the differences. So we're going to, like I said, the bars, the top yokes, if you have a quick look here. So again, in the same kind of style as the Tuono over the RSV before, they've kept with the same kind of flow on things, where we've got the top yoke's been replaced by a bar setup. So it's a similar bike that looks exactly the same kind of styling, but it's got basically chopped so it can work. Exactly the same as the Tuono was when that was released in 2002 and a bit, 2003. So that looks really, really good. It's still got the massive Snox's favourite massive, as he called it, switch gear. So that's quite really into that kind of thing. But that still really looks okay. Other than that, there isn't a massive difference on the bike. Same size tyres, same brakes, same wheels, that kind of stuff. All of this kind of stuff looks interchangeable. But I think the most interesting thing at this particular point is the fact that they've made it capable of the A2 license. They've lowered the seat height slightly to cope with people, to help people that have got slightly shorter instep. Okay, and the bars on it. I am really looking forward to giving that a try. I'm really looking forward to doing that. So fingers crossed we'll be able to get a grip on that soon, and we'll be able to get a go on one.
Don't care how I want it now.
But a big thanks to our friends at Midland Scooter Centre. Thanks, Andrew, the guy who owns the place. If you need anything, these are the guys that are working with us to try and sell bikes as well, basically. So the good guys, we'll try and look after them. They try and look after us. Thanks very much for your time, Andrew. I really, really appreciate it. We'll perhaps see if we can find some library shots of what's going on with it until we get a go on it. In the meantime, if you like what you see, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks very much for getting in touch. Send us an email if you want to. So conclusions drawn, we're on the motorway on the way back over from Midland Scooter Centre. A big thanks to Andrew and the boys back up there. Rich looked after us, and I think we met another guy up there as well, whose name escapes me now, and I'm such a bad person. I think, and I'm really sorry, I think it was Andrew, Michael, God, no, I can't remember. Sorry, mate. Amazing, like really good to meet you. Thanks very much. Thanks for subscribing. I really, really appreciate it. But we came to have a quick look at a Tuono 660, and in conclusion, I wanted to just have a bit of a talk about it and tell you and let you know kind of how I felt about it.
Griff's gonna buy it for me.
You wish I'm gonna buy it for you. So basically it is the RS660 with high bars on it. There's a few bits and pieces missing of it. It does seem to be a little bit more budget, which is, I don't know, which is a little bit of a shame, because it does get away from the ethos of it being like the original 2003 Tuono 1000cc was literally just an RSV with fairings sort of changed and high bars on it, which is what made it such an absolutely magnificent road bike. That bike, I'm pretty confident when we get to ride it, will be as equally spectacular as the RS660. The reason being is because they're similar. It's a very, very similar riding position, a very, very similar ethos, a very, very similar engine. Like the whole sort of surroundings around it. When you're sitting on it, it looks like the Aprilia. It looks like the RS660, and it's got that kind of, I don't know if you want to put it in inverted commas, that be a racer sort of feel around it. I absolutely love it. I already, and I've not even ridden it. Like I said, if it's anything, if it's half as good as that RS660, it's still going to be brilliant. I think we're going to have to go and ride one. I think we're going to have to go and see once the situation, is that how you say it? Situation? I think once the situation is lifted, when we're going back, Rich, the sales guy there, he's basically said, look, come back and ride it. Just come back and have a go. Just make sure the weather's nice so you can go and spend some time on it. I think it'll be pretty cool thing to go and do. So we're going to go and road test it. So looking for further videos and further episodes of this to go and try for the first road test. I'm kind of waffling on a bit now, but you know when your mind's spinning after you've just come back from seeing something like that, it's pretty brilliant. So thanks again for joining us. If you find out anything that you want to ask us, if you've got any questions that you want, please email us, sales@apworkshops.co.uk. You can get in touch with myself, Snox, Amber or Angelo via usual social media channels. Messenger is a pain in the backside, I keep saying it. I just can't keep up with every one of us. Emails get sorted first thing in the morning. If you want to get in touch with us, that's probably the easiest way. Thanks very much for everything. Don't forget to give us a little like and a subscribe, and join us next time we put a video up. Thank you very much, and we'll talk to you soon.